What is up, everyone? I hope you were doing well. So I wanted to put together a video of the must-have police gear. Basically, the stuff that your agency doesn't really give you that is really gonna make your life a lot easier. So over my years in law enforcement, I have gathered these items and figured out that these are the items that have really helped me throughout my career. So before we get into this video, I'll let you know that all these items will be linked down below in the description for you to pick up for yourself. Now, I will say this, don't go buying all this stuff if you have not gotten hired by a police agency yet. Even if you got hired by a police agency and you're sponsored and you're going through the academy, make sure that you complete the academy and FTO before you really buy all these things. All right, you might want to buy a couple of these things for FTO to help you on the road while you're learning, but you want to make sure that you actually get the job and you succeed at it first. And not saying that you won't, but you just never know. That being said, let's get into it. Okay, so one of the first things you're probably gonna wanna buy, but your agency may provide to you. Obviously, you guys are gonna be at different departments, and I don't know what your agency is gonna give you. But with me and my experience, these are the things that they did not give to me, okay? So they gave me a notepad. They gave me this one. It's huge. All right, they call these 007 pads. These are what you're gonna take all your notes on. And as law enforcement, if you don't know this, you're gonna be taking a lot of notes because it's important to write everything down. And no matter how good you think you are, you won't remember everything. So you're gonna need to write stuff down. Now to me, these are huge, okay? Where am I gonna keep this on me? Because when you carry a notepad, you're gonna wanna keep it on your person, as that way it's always at the ready in case you really do need to take notes on a call. This was way too big, so now I use this for my videos. This is my notes for my videos. What are we gonna talk about next? Okay, so notepad. Instead of buying that thing or getting issued that, go pick up these, okay? Pick up these little tiny notepads. These are gonna be super beneficial to you because they're small and they fit right into that front pocket that you're gonna have on your vest or your uniform. Even if you don't have a pocket up here somewhere, this will fit in your pockets on your pants and your back pocket or so forth. A lot easier than this thing. So that's the size difference. So yeah, get yourself a notepad. And on the notepad, get yourself Clipboard. Yeah, I don't have one with me. Unfortunately, my vehicle is being borrowed right now. Yeah, it's complicated, but anyways. What's up, guys? So future me here, just jumping in real quick, ironically wearing the same shirt, different hat though. I just wanted to give you a little explanation of how somebody borrowed my car. I don't let anybody just borrow my car. I let another officer borrow my car because their car was in the shop getting serviced and they needed a car for something for work. So I let them borrow my car while I just rode my motorcycle home. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. Also, since it is future me, I do in fact have my clipboards with me. So I'm gonna show you those real quick, and something else that I totally forgot to enter into this video that is extremely important, one of my favorite items that you're going to need and you're going to probably want. Yeah, we'll get into that. Let me set you up here. All right, we good? Okay, perfect. So this is what I'm talking about right here. This is just a basic clipboard here. I've actually had this clipboard since I've started. Yeah, it's held up quite well. But yeah, so get one of these, but most importantly, I highly suggest that you get one of these kind of clipboards. So still a clipboard here, but it closes, right? So you can keep things inside here. There are witness statements inside here that I keep in here ready to go. So say go inside a building, somebody's residence, you get them to fill out a statement and so forth, and it starts pouring rain or already was pouring rain. You can now put that statement back inside this clipboard and it'll be safe from getting all wet and ruined. All right, and on to the item that I completely forgot to put into this video when I originally shot it. It's going to be this earpiece, okay? This is one of the most important items that I have come to find being useful on a patrol setting. You don't really want your suspects and so forth to really hear what's going on in your radio. I know we use codes and so forth, but when you start dealing with people quite frequently, they start getting familiar with your codes and they pass it on to other people who are frequent flyers, other people who get in trouble, and they start hearing your code. So they'll understand what it means when they get a warrant, right? Like, oh, I heard that before, right? So they'll run or something like that. So having it in your ear, they can't hear the radio, so therefore they can't hear what code is coming through. Now, when I first got my earpiece, I spent like 50 bucks on one, high quality or whatever. 2 of these in a pack on Amazon for like 15 bucks. I will link it down below. That way you guys can pick it up, but don't go spending a fortune. First one that I bought for 50 bucks, it broke. These held up. You can buy the tubes separately. So if you want a black tube instead of a clear tube, sometimes it comes with clear tubes. The clear tubes start to kind of yellow after being in the sun and so forth for a while. So they kind of get kind of gross. So I use black tubes. And also most importantly is going to be this earpiece here. These little kind of molded earpieces kind of sit in your ear really nice. It usually comes with one that's just like a little knob, like your typical headphones. That one's not that great because it also blocks out your hearing in your left side. This allows you to hear the radio and hear what's going on around you without, blocking it. All right, and with that, let's get back to the old me. Next, get yourself a nice seat organizer. So usually you're gonna be a solo officer and you're gonna have all your stuff in your passenger seat. Well, it's nice to have a good seat organizer. Now, if you are a department that rides with 2 officers at a time, then you wanna get some kind of other organizer that you put back in the trunk. But either way, get yourself some type of organizer to keep files, your clipboards in, and all your extra gear in it. That way it's not all over the car. So I did make a video on that. Link it right up here. You guys can go check that out if you're curious. But yeah, get yourself one of those. You also need to get yourself some type of filing system. You're gonna have a lot of different types of paperwork that go along with your reports, whether it's Baker Act, Marchman Act, whether it's domestic violence packets. There's stuff that you give to people on calls that you need to keep easily accessed within your vehicle. You can't just go back to the department every time, back and forth. That would be super annoying. And you don't want the paperwork to be all mushed together. So yeah, get yourself some kind of filing system. That way you can keep your stuff in a nice orderly fashion and have easy access to it. Gloves. Okay, so this is something that I bought for myself in the beginning. I bought me a nice pair of like 511 gloves, right? Throughout my years, I've come to realize that I think gloves in law enforcement are somewhat of a waste of money. You might have your own opinion about it, but I just think that you should use the gloves that are provided to you by your agency, the rubber latex gloves. Now, I know there's things where there's these nice gloves that help you with stab proof and stuff like that when you're searching people, but you're gonna come across that one person that you have to search who is covered in their own urine, shit, blood, or whatever. And now these gloves that you have that are nice, I don't know about you, but I ain't putting them back on. All right, they're either getting thrown out or whatever. So the gloves that you just paid 30 bucks or more for are now trash. So my suggestion to you is just use the black latex gloves that they issue you, or buy them yourself if they don't issue you those, but they really should. Just be careful when you're searching people. I know that there's the stab issue, but in my opinion, it's just a waste of money to buy the nice expensive gloves. But to each their own. One of the most important things you could do for yourself, my agency for a very long time did not buy tourniquets. Not too long ago, we did get it finally issued to us, so every officer gets issued a tourniquet. Now, you get issued 1 tourniquet. Make sure that if you're only getting issued 1 tourniquet, you should still buy an additional tourniquet, 1 or 2. You can never have enough tourniquets. I recommend CAT tourniquets. I recommend North American Rescue or Recon Medical, because you never know when that moment's going to come and when you're going to need that tourniquet. All right, sanitizer, hand sanitizer, right? You're going to want to use a lot of hand sanitizer. Get the big old pump Mac Daddy, because you're going to use it. Sanitizing wipes as well. Spray sanitizer for the back of your car, because you're going to have some nasty people getting in the back of your patrol car. And yeah, your agency doesn't give you anything to clean it. So you might want to get some stuff to clean that out. Some nice Clorox wipes, Clorox bleach spray, sanitize everything all the time. All right, and then a handcuff key. Now, this is one of the most popular ones. Like this is a pen handcuff key. Your key on this end, and you have your lock little mechanism on this end. You'll learn all about that if you don't know about that, but kind of sits in your pocket on your shirt as a backup handcuff key. Now, they will issue obviously a handcuff key with your handcuffs. A little trick that I have developed over the years and that I like, because I don't even actually use this anymore, is this. I'll show you. But if you have seen my duty belt video, which is horrible, by the way, but if you want to watch it, I'll link that up there too. But here is my little tip for you. So I bought one of these things for like ID cards, and I attached a handcuff key to that so that I could use it on a suspect, and if I need to let go, it slides back there and I don't lose it. I really love this. It's a great idea and I'm sharing it with you. You're welcome. Now, on the note of a handcuff key, it's probably good to buy extra handcuffs as well. Your agency usually only issues you 1 pair of handcuffs, but there's gonna be a lot of situations in which you're probably gonna need an extra pair, such as you arrest somebody at the end of your shift and you transfer that arrestee over to a night shift or a day shift person to transport for you. So you want to have an extra pair on you in case you need it until you get that pair back. Now, another reason is sometimes you get some really big dudes, either really big muscular dudes or you get really big, other dudes. They can't really fit their arms entirely behind their back. You need to put 2 cuffs on so that it can reach. Or you might have 2 arrestees at one time. You never know what's going to happen, so get yourself an extra pair of cuffs if your agency does not obviously issue you an extra pair. A window brake and seatbelt cutter. Now, they make this really really cool, nifty little thing. Obviously, I'll link it down below. I don't have one. I need to buy one. I have a knife that I carry with me that is actually has a seatbelt cutter on it and a window punch on it. So I'm going to recommend you guys pick that up and not just carry a bunch of different things. It is a little window popper. You put it up to the window, push the button, and it'll bust that window, shatter it. This is good for if a child, the most common use, is a child is locked inside a hot vehicle. It looks like the child is going unconscious, so forth. You need to get that vehicle open very quickly, and you can bust the window. And car crash. So that's why you have a window bust and a seatbelt cutter. So if somebody's stuck into a vehicle that's catching on fire and you can't get in, you bust the window, get in, and then use that seatbelt cutter to get them out. Cool. You're also going to need a multi-tool. I cannot tell you how many times I use this. It's just about every day. For multiple reasons, some you will never realize until you actually use it. But one of the most popular ones is that as officers, sometimes you have to remove people's license plates from their vehicles because they're seized or so forth, amongst other things. One time I had to rescue a snake. A snake was trapped somehow underneath somebody's screening stuff there. Yeah, I had to pry the thing open to get that snake actually out of there. So yeah, you never know what you're going to use it for. But yeah, multi-tool is a must-have. This is the Leatherman Signal. I highly recommend Leatherman. They're just fantastic across the board, but at least get some type of multi-tool. And this is pretty much common knowledge, I'm sure, but make sure you guys get some kind of watch as well. You're going to want to be able to tell time and the date. Yeah, just something that you probably already have and it's common sense, but just want to throw that in there. Another thing is going to be an extra flashlight. The agency should issue you a flashlight, and if they don't, then get yourself one. The one they issue, this right here is a nice nightstick, nice bright flashlight. It's good, rechargeable, blah blah blah. They should issue you one because that's really important to have as a cop. But sometimes you forget to charge your flashlight and it dies. Keep one that's charged in your vehicle as a backup or carry it on you as a backup. Now this is LA Police Gear one. Nice flashlight, it's got strobe, all that fun jazz, but get yourself some kind of extra backup flashlight to keep with you because it will happen. Your regular flashlight will die because you'll forget to charge it. Mark my words. Oh, I almost forgot. Pens. Okay, so pens are important. We like pens because pens are what's going to be used every day along with, you know, that notepad that I talked about, right? So there's going to be the nice pen that you buy for you. You use these pens. When you got that person who was just in a bloody fist fight or whatever happened, and you have to have them fill out a statement and they're gross, and you don't want that pen back, this is where the throwaway pens come in. Get yourself a cheap big pack of throwaway pens. So these are pens that they can use and they'll be like, all right, here you go. Oh, you forgot your pen. No, it's okay. You keep it. All right, so get yourself those throwaway pens. And when you're writing stuff for yourself, get yourself some nice pens and nice pens to keep in your uniform that look nice. You don't want to keep crappy cat pens in your uniform. Just doesn't look good. So I have these nice pens here, zebra pens. I love these pens. They're ballpoint pens. I'll link them down below if you guys want to get those as well. And I'll link some cheap ones down below too, so you guys can also get those. And something that they don't buy you is your undershirt. So mine are white because I wear a white uniform, but most likely you'll probably have black undershirts. Maybe you'll have white too. This isn't even like white anymore. It's been used a lot. But you're gonna want something that's nice, dry fit, that wick away the sweat. Under Armour makes great stuff, guys. They make really good stuff. However, they are expensive, and if you're a little cheap like me, you're probably gonna want to buy something cheaper on Amazon because you're gonna need a bunch of these, right? So you're gonna be working all week long before you probably do your next laundry load. I don't know how often you do laundry, but you're gonna want to have a bunch of extras of these lying around. So you put these on and you throw your vest on. Now in between your vest is these. There's two options here. These are two options that I have tried, and these are ventilation type systems for your vest. So even with those dry fit shirts, your vest is gonna get sweaty, the area is gonna get sweaty and gross, and it's gonna stick and it's gonna smell terrible. So these allow air to flow through that area between your vest and your shirt. This one is similar to the 22B1 Tactical. I think I'm saying that right, I'm not sure, but he makes one that supposedly is really good. I've heard from people it's really good. However, it's up there in price. Now, probably worth it, but I decided to go with a cheaper one that I found on Amazon, Pacific Blue Line Draft Vest. I like this one, however, it's a little, kind of scratchy a little bit. Depending on the shirt that you're wearing underneath, you really won't feel it. So yeah, and it bulks up your vest just slightly. And then this one is TacVent. It's just a rubber material. I've come to find I really like this one because it's simple. You just put your vest on over it and it sits there and allows that hot air to come out and cool air to come in. But yeah, just some nice gear to cool yourself off because it gets hot out there. If you're a motorman, you're gonna love that when you're riding your bike and the air flows through. And on the note of vests is this stuff called Arrest My Vest, right? So this is really, really nice stuff. It smells amazing. This is the Midnight. This is something that you can spray on your vest after your shift to get rid of the odor. It allows you to keep using your vest without having to wash it all the time. Now that sounds kind of gross, but I mean, like, basically you could do a week's worth of work with your vest by using this stuff and not smelling like a total trash bag before you actually have to wash it for the next week. Yeah, it makes it last a lot longer, and I'm sure a lot of people can appreciate that. You can use this on multiple different things too. Your duty boots, your dog, anything else. And yes, I'm serious, you can use it on your dog. Yeah. Alright guys, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys think of anything else that belongs on this list of extras, throw it down in the comments section so somebody else can get a chance to see it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.